It is that time again. I'm gonna judge your gaming and streaming setups. The first setup is from Steven, and this is more like a room setup because he has a PC setup but then also a racing setup. He has not one but two lights aimed at his face, and I can also see a webcam here behind the steering wheel as well as a microphone here, so this is the first racing streaming setup of this series. This is a clip from Steven, his stream. He is 52 years old and from Florida, and apparently he has a webcam on the side which is right here in the middle of the ring light. He has a huge 55-inch TV on the top which is from Samsung, a 27-inch monitor in the middle which is 144Hz and from Scepter. This is a budget brand that's very well known on Amazon, and on the left he has a normal 27-inch monitor from Gateway. The cables on the bottom are pretty well done. You can't really hide this cable here when the outlet is in the middle under your desk. However, there are cable trays that have one flat side. This one here is an example I found on Amazon, and if you put that on the back of your desk with the opening to the wall, then if you look at it from the front you can see all the cable mess. So that way all these cables here could be hidden with a black cable tray because it would blend in with the panels on the back. Now the next setup is the one from the thumbnail, but before we go over that, I want to thank the sponsor of today's video, which is Owned. Owned.tv offers beautiful animated overlays that will make your stream look better in no time. Whether you want a Christmas theme for the coming holidays, an officially licensed Call of Duty Warzone theme, or any other style from their huge library of completely animated overlay packs, they have it all, and they are optimized for Twitch and YouTube streaming. Besides overlays, their best-selling services are the two emote makers, which will let you create static or animated emotes for your stream. If you want to get your own graphics, go to owned.gg/tvn or click the link on top of my description and use my code TVN at checkout for 50% of the price. Now, the next setup is also a complete gaming room, and it's by a couple who I assume are both creators. They are Lastofcam and ThatPetra, and I assume they built this whole room together. One thing I see that I would really like to have is this follower count clock. However, I checked it out on Amazon, and $215 just to see my amount of followers on my desk. I'm not really sure about that. However, a lot of creators have it. It's a reminder of the work you're doing, and I'm probably gonna buy it anyway. There is so much stuff to go over in this room. I can't mention everything. I'm seeing a lot of RGB. I'm seeing a Govee glide. They have a really sick neon light on their wall. Now, neon signs are very expensive. When the new season of Stranger Things launched a few months ago, I wanted to build a setup in a Stranger Things theme, and I wanted to use a neon light like this. However, it was $400, and it was only 90 centimeters wide, which is something like this. So I can definitely imagine all these neon lights on the wall being very expensive. This desk and the chair are from a brand called Autonomous. The desk is called the Smart Desk Core, and the chair is called the Ergo Chair Pro. Now, if you are watching this thinking I will never be able to afford a room like this, you gotta know that these are creators. I think they also have a business doing giveaways, etc., so they know a lot of brands, so a big part of everything that's in their room is going to be sponsored, is going to be given to them. Now, I want to take a brief moment and appreciate this PC case because wow, it is the Antec Torque Black and White edition. We can see a clean picture of it here on Amazon, and it looks like it's gonna cost about $300 to $400. Their huge ultra-wide monitor is from Samsung. It is 49-inch, it is curved, 120Hz, and above that they have a massive TV, but they didn't list the specs. It looks like they are giving away a complete gaming setup. The giveaway ends October 5th, so if my video launches in time, I will add the link to the description to enter that giveaway. Then next we have a setup that proves that you can change the complete vibe of your setup simply by changing the wallpaper and your RGB. This setup goes from a very cool and clean and plenty vibe to a very cozy vibe, and to be fair, I'm all for it. Usually I am not that big of a fan of plants in a setup, but I mean, if you look at this, especially because the plants are also integrated in the wallpaper, it gives a great vibe, and this is a beautiful setup. Now I'm gonna guess this setup belongs to a pretty serious streamer because this is a professional streaming camera. I can see the Elgato Wave microphone, two Elgato Stream Decks. Let's see what else we can find from Elgato. This is the Elgato low profile arm. This is the Elgato Keylight Air. I think this is the Elgato ring light. I also saw the Elgato Wave panels, and look at this. This is the Elgato Facecam. I think that's everything. Do they have another product? Maybe we can find the Elgato foot pedal somewhere. I don't think so, but I'm dying to know who this setup belongs to. So So her name is Ambel, she is from Cape Town, South Africa. She says, I work in gaming full-time as a content creator and for TV here, and she also has emceed for gaming events as well as spoken on stage at conventions and lectured on streaming. Now her PC looks really clean. The case is an Antec DP502 in white. She has an RTX 3060 Ti, a Ryzen 5 5600X and 32GB of RAM. She also has a separate streaming PC, and that case is a Corsair Core Byte 275. The CPU is an i5 8600K and the GPU a 1070 Ti. Now after reading her information, something I apparently forgot is that these RGB strips are also from Elgato, and probably these on the bottom too. Her vertical monitor is an AOC 144Hz one, and her main monitor is a Samsung Odyssey CRG5, and this one is 240Hz, which is awesome for gaming. The keyboard is a Corsair K65 RGB Mini, and the mouse is a Corsair M65 RGB Elite. Now, next we have a setup inside a closet. This setup is from Michael. He is 44 years old, and he is from Georgia. As his occupation, he writes journeyman mechanic. Now, Michael seems to have some kind of gaming / arcade room, and at first sight it looks like there isn't any PC setup here. The setup is completely tucked away in the closet, and it's not some type of crappy setup that's behind these doors. This is a very well designed gaming and streaming setup. As his desk, he wrote a heavy modified IKEA beaconed desk custom painted. His chair is an Telerix. It's color matched to the setup, but he says his chair is straight trash. His two monitors are 27-inch 1080p and 165Hz. They are curved, and then the monitor on top is 25-inch. You don't see that a lot. It's 1440p and it's IPS. Now, something interesting, the white you see here on the bottom of this monitor as well as the white on the bottom of these two, this is a vinyl wrap, so he did it himself to match the setup. The keyboard is a White Eyes Glorious GMMK TKL. The mouse is a Glorious Wireless Model O. That's this mouse right here, but then wireless. The mousepad is from Inked Gaming, and the microphone is kind of a cheaper and USB version of this right here. This is the Shure SM7B. It's extremely popular, and the same brand made a USB mic, and it's called the Shure MV7. The microphone arm is from Elgato. It's the low profile one. It's the same one I have, but he painted it in white. So Michael did a lot of work on his setup. Now I see he also has a Streamdeck and also an Elgato Wave XLR, which is an audio interface for XLR microphones. Because I completely forgot about this, but his microphone, the Shure MV7, this is both a USB and an XLR microphone. Now his webcam is a system camera. This is a Sony ZV-E10. By the way, he also painted the mount of the camera in white, and what I see here, I guess this is also a camera. Yes, it is. This is a 1080p Nexigo webcam. Now I didn't expect anything else, but the PC also looks very clean. Overall, even though the setup looks a bit more basic since it's tucked away in a closet and you can't really see the whole setup, it has been designed with attention to detail. It is far from basic, so thanks for entering, man. Then we have a setup from Felix, and he is from Germany. Now the first thing that draws my attention is that these are very clean and very thick, kind of professional looking sound panels. There are two Govig lights in this setup, and I can understand why. They do look amazing. They were on my wall there, but since I'm building another setup, I already took them down. I am gonna build a triple monitor setup as one of my next ones, so it's nice seeing this one. And next to his setup, he has a fish tank, which is the first one in this series. Man, this looks amazing, but it must be a lot of work to keep it this clean. Oh wow, I didn't see all these fish here. That looks like a nice one. It's like a mini shark. Now we also have a picture of the other side of the room. This looks like a very cozy basement or attic. Looking at the ceiling here and the fact that there's a window, I'm gonna assume it's an attic instead of a basement. I do see a box of a Huntsman keyboard, so let's see if he's using it. I assume this is the Razer Huntsman. Now one of his screens is 25-inch, the other two are 24. His chair is a DX Racer. His webcam is a Logitech C922 Pro Streamer. His mic is a Blue Yeti. The mouse is a Razer Basilisk V3. The keyboard, now I see it here, it's a Razer Huntsman V2 analog. And his PC case is a Deepcool Matrix 3F. I have never heard about that. I would like to know the name of these RGB lights, but he didn't list it. And the gamer mascot also looks pretty nice, to be honest. This room looks like an awesome place to hang out. It looks like a very cozy sofa, by the way. And if you want to see more of these setups, you can click on the playlist right there. There are all the episodes. If you want to start streaming yourself, or you want to upgrade your stream, make it look more professional, tweak your settings, I have a course on Skillshare. You can get 1 month for free. Watch my course, cancel, you won't have paid anything. The link is in my description. Let me know in these comments which of these setups you thought was the best one, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a nice day.